Hello, this is Goku for one, and I'm back to do a video response to Confuse Matthew's video on two shows. He did a random rant on Once Upon a Time in Terra Nova, and I'm going to talk about these two shows. Hopefully he'll accept the video response, and maybe he'll leave me a comment. Confuse Matthews, hopefully you do leave me a comment, or if you watch this video. I'll try to make it as quick as I can. Confused Matthews brings up a really good point. I had this exact same point of that Once Upon a Time would probably be a really good movie. Why the hell they decided to make it into a TV show is I don't understand. But it's gotten better to me. I think that the idea of this being a TV show, it has possibilities, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But the thing that he brings up is, and this is really a major problem to show, is that once you solve the big dilemma of them not knowing who they are, they have to go back. And that ends it. Now, if they take what Lost was going to do, and they essentially do a new cast every season, and these are only these fairy tale characters. Next season we get a whole, maybe we get Asian fairy tales, or maybe we get Arabian fairy tales, because there are fairy tales around the world. So we could get, this is more of the European fairy tales, I believe, the Grimm's type fairy tales. And so you can always go and you can always do different fairy tales. I think all of them are Grimm's, I'm not sure. Please comment below if one of these are not a Grimm's fairy tale. I don't know all of them, but I do know that Cinderella is definitely. I do know that Little Red Riding Hood is. And, yeah, I don't know all of them off the top of my head. I know that's the basis of Grimm, but this is not talking about Grimm. Now, the thing that they might be able to do that I think Prison Break would have really excelled at, and Heroes also would have excelled at, is changing location and going to a new thing every season. Personally, that would be interesting to me, and I think that could keep the show around. This show will definitely have to prove itself in Season 2, but Season 1, at first it was on the fence. I was like, I don't really like this show. It's gotten better. I've really gotten to know the characters, and I really like the characters. I don't know if what he said about the characters being the same in one to another. I will agree with him that probably the best character in the show, other than the main character who doesn't have a fairy tale version, is probably the best character. I don't know. I like the main character. But the Rumpelstiltskin's character, or Mr. Gold, you know he's up to something. And the show, having a little bit of fairy tale land and showing one of those every episode, and then going in and showing your main story and kind of combining the two, are really interesting. And if this was a mini-series, this would probably been the best idea they could ever come up with. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. I don't have answers yet. So we're just going to have to wait and see. This will definitely get a Season 2. There's no doubting. It probably, if it starts dipping in ratings now, it probably already is locked in at Season 2, so this will almost certainly get a Season 2. Now, we brings up Terra Nova. Terra Nova is it's a weird beast. Terra Nova has so much potential, and they're not doing anything with it. Terra Nova is a show that could have 7 seasons. I talked about Terra Nova in a video before. I'm not going to bring up those points. Please go watch that video. But Terra Nova brings up mysteries. They bring up ideas, and they go nowhere with it. Terra Nova feels like a Lost ripoff, actually, not trying to capture the thing. Once Upon a Time kind of feels like they're trying to capture the Twilight crowd, believe it or not. That crowd of teenage girls with Red Riding Hood, Twilight, and next year's Snow White movie. I honestly think that's who they're trying to capture, that audience. The teen girls, and trying to wrangle them, their brothers and their yeah, that's honestly what I think they're trying to capture. Now, the thing about Terra Nova is Terra Nova has umpteenth potential. It's really got a great premise to deal with. They could do anything they want. The split the split dimension thing has not been proven yet. Please don't say it has. It has not. It's, for them, it's a theory. In my video, I talk a lot more about that. It has a lot of potential. It has a big idea of what it could be, and I think that the pilot wasn't great, but it's a pilot. That's what pilots usually are. I hope people do start catching on, and I hope this definitely gets a season 2. I think this could be a great 5-season story arc. I think this could have great 5 seasons. The problem I have is, the problem I'm having right now is that the villains right now cannot sustain a 5-season show. They're going to have to change things up, but this show has potential to change things up. It really does. It has potential to bring in a lot of interesting things, and I have theories on what they could bring in. Go watch that video for that. There should be a link below. Go for some one. This is just my thoughts on those 2 shows. Hopefully, Confused Matthews will comment, and I will see you next time, YouTube.